I think this is my favourite Decades plush to date. Friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lize and I'm a Disney Plush collector from the UK. So happy Friday, I hope you've all had a great week and have a fun weekend ahead of you. So I am here with the 1970s Disney Decades plush to review for you. This was an interesting one because two of my favourite films of all time came out in the 1970s, so that's The Aristocats and Robin Hood. The Aristocats already had the ears this month, so I knew, or at least I thought I knew, that it wouldn't be the plush because they haven't until the 1980s used the same film twice. So with the 1980s they have done two Rescue Rangers items. The backpack and the ears are both Rescue Rangers, but they hadn't done that up to this point. So once I saw that the ears were the Aristocats, I knew the plush weren't going to be, and I was really disappointed about that because I don't own a Duchess and O'Malley plush. I keep hoping that they will re-release it in the Vault collection that they're doing, which I'm aware I haven't done a video on, but if you follow me on my Instagram, lizeindisney, I do share whenever a Vault plush is released, and I've bought one so far and I'm planning to do a video at some point, probably when it's done, about the ones I got and the ones I didn't get and why, etc. So the Aristocats was already out, I couldn't expect that one, but then I started to hope that maybe it was Prince John or Sir Hiss or the both of them together from Robin Hood, because a few years ago they released Robin Hood and Maid Marian, so I have no reason to anticipate that it would have been them, but I don't have a Sir Hiss or Prince John or even Little John, and I don't have a Lady Cluck either, so they could have done any of those and I would be really happy. As it transpires, it is Robin Hood's 50th anniversary this year, so I am really hoping that we get more plush just because it's an anniversary. I highly doubt it because Disney like to forget that Robin Hood even exists, but I will keep my fingers crossed nonetheless. But even though they didn't go for my top two from the 70s, my top three films are across the 70s and the 80s, and I will get onto that. They did go for another favourite film of mine. So in my favourite shelf, which I appreciate you still haven't seen yet, but you will in a couple of weeks, I've got The Aristocats, Robin Hood, Oliver and Company, and then a little bit of The Rescuers. So when they announced that the plush was going to be The Rescuers, I was absolutely over the moon. Even though I said at the beginning this is my favourite plush to date, they have announced and released in America that the 1980s plush is Oliver and Company. So that is my new favourite plush, and I don't think anything from this collection is going to top it. And I loved how many people messaged me to make sure I knew about that because they saw Oliver and Company and thought of me, which, honestly, what a legacy to leave. So I've got the plush here. It came in a Shop Disney bag instead of a box because I just bought it on its own, and even though I had it dropped off to a local paper shop by me instead of having it delivered to the house, it still has my address on, so I can't show you the front. So let's get it out of the bag. As is to be expected, it is in another plastic baggie. Disney and their plastic waste. And then here it is. It's really small. That is like my first thought, that it is really small, but the Rescuers are small mice, so I understand why it is so small. It would actually fit on my favourite shelf, but I would like to have the Decades plush all displayed together. So they are currently in a Disneyland Paris bag while I figure out where they're going to live. I probably need my dad to install some shelving for me, but in the meantime they're just living in a bag. So this is the Miss Bianca, Bernard and Evinrude Disney 100 soft toy set from the Rescuers. It was released on Shop Disney UK on Monday the 21st of August, along with a Muppets backpack, Aristocats ears and a Pete's Dragon pin. So I'm very glad that they went with the Rescuers for the plush because I do already have an Elliot from Pete's Dragon plush and I wouldn't have wanted another one. This was £33, so note that this is the cheapest Decades plush so far, I imagine because of its size, but let's get it out of the bag before I talk about the special details. As always, it's just got a little plastic thing that I rip off because I paid for the damn thing, and if I want them out the bag, I'm going to get them out the bag. Oh my goodness, they're just so cute. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So the bag says Disney 100 Decades as it always does, and the tag is attached to the bag. I assume so that you put them in their right bag. I guess. So if you're not familiar with the Disney 100 decades, the spiel for it is travel back in time through the last 100 years of the Walt Disney Company with this Enchanted limited series. Crafted by Disney artists, this collection offers a chance to celebrate our most beloved characters and how they come to life on screen. From the 1920s onward, every decade captures hearts and imaginations all over again. Go on a magical journey through the years with pieces that embrace the dreamer in us all. And for the rescuers specifically, goggles down, the Rescue Aid Society ventured into the unknown in the animated film The Rescuers on June 22nd, 1977. When a little orphan girl named Penny has been kidnapped by Madame Medusa, this international organisation of mice calls on Miss Bianca, who ropes in Bernard, their cheery custodian. Even when times are tough, Miss Bianca and Bernard teach us to remember the pledge through storm and rain and dark of night, never fail to do what's right. And I really love that. And then the website has a different description for them altogether, which I didn't think they usually did, but it says, sound the alert for Rescue Aid Society agents Miss Bianca and Bernard, as someone, perhaps you, has stolen another hug from this pair of curiously soft and delightfully soft toy mice of Disney's classic The Rescuers. Why do they keep putting soft in twice? They've done this with a Halloween one as well, and I didn't take proof of it actually, so they might have changed it since, but their copy just repeats words unnecessarily, and I can't even think what word they meant to use instead of soft. But soft toy mice of Disney's classic The Rescuers. Included with our intrepid mice investigators is Dragonfly Evinrude, who serves as the outboard motor for a leaf boat. So The Rescuers came out in 1977. You've got Bernard at the front, Miss Bianca, and then you've got Evinrude, who, like I just said, is the motor for the leaf boat. So when he does his thing with his wings, it makes the boat go. It says the mice can be placed in the boat or displayed separately, but they have little plastic tags, and to be honest, I don't want them to get lost, so I'm just going to keep them like that. They've got a little Disney 100 Decades tag that says it is... that is upside down annoyingly on mine. Let me know in the comments if yours is the right way around. But it says it's 6 of 10, so we've only got 4 to go, which is the 80s, the 90s, the noughties and the 10s. So there's some beautiful embroidery on the leaf. There's a lot of different textures going on, so there's like rope on Evinrude, there's foam at the back of the leaf. The leaf is kind of meshy, and then Bianca's outfit is like there's a silk cape and then a pom-pom hat. Bernard's outfit is like t-shirt material. It's a really gorgeous plush, and it's obviously got this obnoxiously long tag that, I'll be honest, I would have preferred this to be at the back, especially since mine's upside down when I don't think it should be, and the tag is just there. I think it would have looked better at the back, so I don't like how they've done that. The pictures online don't even show you where the tag is, so I can't see whether this was meant to be the right way around, and I have a feeling that these were meant to be at the back. So if anybody has a picture of theirs, send it me on Instagram. I would love to know whether yours is upside down and at the front when it really should be at the back. This might have to be the first one that I cut the tag off, unfortunately. So the big question is it worth the money? Because like I said, it is the cheapest one so far, but it is actually really small. But you are getting 2 mice plush and then the boat that they are in. I would prefer to pay like £23 for this, but obviously they're trying to keep the prices pretty similar, although they didn't do that with the £58 unicorns, which was annoying. But I wouldn't say it is worth £33 now. It's really small in comparison to the others, and if we're saying this is worth 33, then I really don't think the unicorns were worth 58, because yes, there were 5 of them, but there's kind of 3 items going on here, which would bring it down to £11 a piece. So the unicorns should have been at least 55, not 58. And that's what I would have expected as well. But yeah, I think it's quite expensive, especially since mine seems botched. I don't know whether to message Disney about that or not, because they're usually really bad on their live chat, but I'll let you know what I do. So Disney finally got back to me after a a couple of weeks I think about the fact that the label's upside down, and their actual wording is, having checked the image you shared, we're happy to let you know that the product's label placement isn't defective. So they meant to put it upside down. I don't understand how they think that's the best decision design wise. They asked me if I wanted to return it for a refund, which of course I don't, because then I would be missing one plush from the collection, but it is very, very disappointing that they don't see an issue with this. So I'm just going to put it down to the side because I need to take its thumbnail picture before I put it back in the bag. But that is my review of the 1970s plush. I'm really excited to share with you the 1980s when I get my hands on it. So make sure you subscribe and ring the notification bell so that you don't miss that, because there's not room in my schedule for it in October, I don't think. So it might be in November. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you on Tuesday for another video. Bye friends!